Shalom. With the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge, starting out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. We teach that Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are the true Jews according to the Bible, man. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group, Muslim mosque, or Christian organization whatsoever, man. It's the home of the truth. This is history class, man.
Right.
And this history class is going to be based around a little bit of the feminist movement, you know, the Me Too movement, the women empowerment movement, and all of that stuff right there falls straight into victim when it comes to Eve.
Right.
And it all stems from the same thing, feminist movement, then it goes over to women empowerment, and then after women empowerment, you get the Me Too movement.
Right.
What do you think the Me Too movement is about?
Right.
Being sexually harassed or sexually abused. You know why a lot of women goes through that? It's because they act promiscuous. You know, they dress naked and, you know, shameless and things of that nature, man. The feminist movement is something that really destroys and plagues the Black and brown community directly when it comes to our sisters. Reason being, they feel as if they can live like a Becky or a Karen or a Sue and they can be called equal.
Right.
But one thing you have to realize, the feminine movement was never based around you, sis. It was always based around the oppressor woman battling the oppressor man for her rights. Because once the Reconstruction era came around and we've been taken out of slavery, now the European woman couldn't stay at home.
Right.
She had to actually go out and work. You know, and right around that time, once we got freed from being slaves, we actually started building our own community. So that's where she started going into the whole violence and uproar about feminist movement. Come on, sis. You have to understand, you are no better and you're equal to me. We have the same problems, man. You know, and there's no difference.
Right.
Let me know when you're ready on that article.
Come. It says this is by the Seattle General Strike Project. White women in 1919 Seattle labor movement facing gender subordination, practicing white supremacy. It says described as one of the greatest moments of working class solidarity and militancy in American history. Seattle's 1919 general strike demonstrates both the strengths and limitations of collective action in the labor movement during the 20th century. The role that gender and race played in the strike reveal how this movement, this moment is both a story or worker solidarity and of exclusion. Although historians have studied the ways in which labor movements excluded white women and workers of color, they have shed less light on how racism and sexism intersected to exclude women of color from the white women's movements.
So, can you read up just like a hair again so we could break that down, sir?
It says,
white women and women of color.
It says, although historians have studied the ways in which labor movements excluded white women and workers of color, they have shed less light on how racism and sexism intersected to exclude women of color.
Now, earlier in the paragraph, you see how they try to say exclude white women and women of color,
right,
as if women of color never worked, as if women of color had some form of rights. Meanwhile, the oppressor woman had a form of right, but meanwhile, our sisters, they was in the cotton fields.
Right.
They was sitting there picking cotton with the babies on their back from sun up to sundown.
Right.
They make it seem as if the white women and women of color was having issues. No, the white woman was having an issue.
Right.
Because our great grandmothers worked 16 hours for a quarter.
Right.
Simple. The oppressor woman didn't work at all, and she still managed to have slaves. You know, have her babies being nurtured, getting black rod and white rod. She could do whatever she wanted.
Right.
And if I'm not mistaken, Officer Gabor brought it out a couple weeks ago that a white woman power comes from how much more slaves she had.
Right.
And she is trained up as a child all the way up to be a great slave master.
Right.
Go ahead.
White women's racist rhetoric and practices leading up to the general strike played a crucial role in excluding Black and Asian American women from Seattle's labor movement, and thereby from the mainstream narrative of the general strike itself. Although labor movements in the U.S. are made up of a range of anti-capitalist or at least pro-worker, progressives and leftists the speeches and actions of many labor organizations.
I think it's one more paragraph. You jump past that.
All right. It says, despite whites' attempts to erase workers of color, black and Asian workers constituted an important part of Seattle's labor history.
So what are sisters fighting for? What is the purpose of the feminist movement when they try to erase the fact that you was working for you to fill in with them?
Right.
To make it seem as if all the work you're doing around your house and all the work you're doing for these people is nothing.
Right.
It is vain. The oppressor woman sit on her behind for hours and hours, and she try to make it seem as if your black behind ain't doing nothing.
Right.
Explain this, man. See, this is the issue. This is why Eve was deceived, because she listened to that serpent. That's why Eve fell victim to the feminist movement. Me too.
Right.
Oh, I can do what I want. And that's why, women have these birth pains. That's why y'all have that issue once a month, because Eve fell victim to that.
Right.
And that's the curse that the Lord put on. That's all on there?
Let me see. It says, is an important part of Seattle's labor history and resisted white supremacy in Seattle's labor movement. In the early 1900s, black Americans constituted just 1% of Seattle's population. 2.5% of the population were Japanese American. Yeah, that's right. Yes, look it on that one.
Okay. So you go to the next article.
Okay,
So now let me break it down. So there was 4 different waves of feminist movement. You had one that was 8. Yeah, and right there you would start from
second wave feminism.
on the intro, and then early feminism. So it's 4 different waves of feminism. You got the first one that was happening in 1848 to 1920. We all know we just came out of slavery at that time. So this clearly is an indication that the oppressor woman was fighting for what she wanted.
Right.
Because once we came out of slavery, somebody had to till the land. Somebody had to nurse them children. Somebody had to go grocery shopping. Somebody had to actually do vigorous work. Then you got the second wave that was in 1963 to I believe that was 1980. And then you have the up-to-date current one from 1990 to present. What is the present day of feminist movement? Women should be able to work and do what they want to do. Women should be able to go to the military. I mean, what? What is that? What is that? My body, my choice.
Right.
Abortion.
Right.
All of that wickedness revolve around feminist movement, and it just it is basically putting on sisters, do as you please.
Right.
You don't need a man to make your decision. Right. You don't need a father. You don't need a brother. You don't need somebody wide to help you make the right decision. You can make your decision.
Right.
And that's why Eve ate off that tree. We all know. I mean, you hear the older generation ladies like, God damn,
right.
Damn Eve, why you eat off that tree? Because they understand that pain that they got to go through for them 7 days.
Right.
Start on the intro.
All right. This is history. Feminism. Feminism, a belief in the political, economic, and cultural equality of women, has roots in the earliest eras of human civilization. It is typically separated into 3 waves. First wave, feminism, dealing with the property rights and the right to vote.
See, the right to vote. Our sisters, they don't never talk about feminism point of view when it comes to voting. They talk about feminism when it comes to them just want to be, lewd and be naked and say what I want to say without any what consequences.
Right.
Go ahead.
Second wave, feminism, focusing on equality and anti-discrimination.
Go ahead.
And third wave, feminism, which started in the 1990s as a backlash to the second wave's perceived privileging of white straight women.
Of white straight women. So this right here just clearly, I don't want to say that word. LGBT does have nothing to do with this.
Right.
This is strictly for white women.
Right.
Straight women. So if you're an LGBT white woman, it has nothing to do with you.
God.
It's crazy.
Right.
But what if a white man wants to be a woman? What is that? Is that still equality, everyone? Is that still feminism? Go ahead.
It says from ancient Greece to the fight for women's suffrage.
And this is what y'all need to listen to. Because black and brown people aren't Greece. We're Romans, we ain't Grecians, we're none of that.
Right.
Go ahead.
From ancient Greece to the fight for women's suffrage, to women's marches, and to the Me Too movement, the history of feminism is as long as it is fascinating. You want to go into early feminists, right?
Early film. Mm-hmm.
In his classic Republic, Plato advocated that women possesses natural capacities equal to men for governing and defending ancient Greece.
When has the Lord ever told sisters that they are equal to us when it comes to the scripture? When it comes to a physical body of a woman, any woman, when it comes to the biology, how is she any form of equal to? That's how you know the oppressor don't even love his own woman.
Yeah.
Come on, man. With y'all, they fight for the rights of what y'all want, but the oppressor don't even give a damn about his own woman.
Right.
Look, I mean, look at what's that guy name with the island?
Oh, Epstein?
Yeah, Epstein. He don't even care about his own women. Look how he doing them.
Right.
But meanwhile, he gonna throw them out there in the war. Hey, you better defend me.
Right.
That's what he said. You defend me.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, I mean you're right, because if you look at a lot of these oppressive movies, man, when it comes to like, you know, ancient times and back in the day, women was in those wars. I was watching Vikings. I'm still watching it actually.
Right.
Actually, it was women in the front line fighting with the men. You understand? And they was just going in and getting bloody and dying right there next to their man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord ain't never been that way.
Right.
The Lord ain't never want no woman on the front line. Who the hell is taking care of the kids?
Right. I was just about to say that.
God,
We're gonna take care of the kids.
Great, yeah. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, who's protecting them? Like, it's so backwards in this kingdom, and we don't even see it. It's
Right.
rocky, you know
Right.
what I mean?
It should be some more there.
It says, not everyone agreed with Plato. When the women of ancient Rome staged a massive protest over the opium law, which restricted women's access to gold and other goods, Roman consul Marcus Pontius Cato argued, as soon as they begin to be your equals, they would have become your superiors.
Now say that one more time, that very end.
It says, as soon as they begin to be your equals, they will have become your superiors.
And that's in every movie we watch right now. That's what Tyler Perry pushes. Every woman in Tyler Perry movie will somehow, and I'm not saying by any means, you know, belittle sisters or put your hands on them or anything, but every woman in Tyler Perry movies is somehow in the dirt. And once she try to get a little rise or she get exalted, she becomes better than a man. She don't need a man, and that's what Tyler Perry pushes. Even with child support, you know, I can do bad all by myself. I don't need a man. That is exactly what they push. Soon as you make your woman equal to you, you become under her.
Right.
Because she should be coming to you for guidance and understanding and protection. If you go to her for guidance, understanding, and protection, eventually you're gonna be the one who need milk. Go ahead.
It says Abigail Adams, First Lady to President John Adams, specifically saw access to education, property, and the ballot as critical to women's equality. In letters to her husband, John Adams, Abigail Adams warned, if particular care and attention is not paid to the ladies, we are determined to foment a rebellion.
Now, how many movies we watch or how many times we heard a white woman say, you just wasn't there for me, so I just slept with them. Or they go to the military to fight for their country. You got a strong man doing the most patriotic thing American do, but he come back home, she pregnant. That's what European women do. And this is the agenda that they're actually pushing. Sisters don't need a man. I mean, a brother get locked up now, 1 month down the road, sister sleeping around on him. So you think that, I was about to call it B word. You think that woman waiting 30 years for you? 1 year for you? Come on, man.
Yeah, you're right, because the damn oppressor, like that's the first thing. You work too much, Billy. Yeah, you work like, damn, like I gotta pay for this big ass house. What you talking about? You understand? Like, you work too much. You're never home. You know what I mean? And so, I slept with him. You know what I mean?
But meanwhile, if a nigga like us ain't got a job, nigga get up and go work. Go to work.
God, it's crazy. Salaki, it said, if a particular care and attention is not paid to the ladies, we are determined to foment a rebellion and will not hold ourselves bound by any laws in which we have no voice. It says, the rebellion that Adams threatened began in the 19th century as calls for greater freedom for women joined the voices demanding the end of slavery. Indeed, many women leaders of the abolitionist movement found an unsettling irony in advocating for African American rights that they themselves could not enjoy. What do you want to
slide down, it should say right to vote.
God, it says the 19th Amendment, women's right to vote. Slowly, suffragists began to claim some success in 1893. New Zealand became the first sovereign state giving women the right to vote, followed by Australia in 1902 and Finland in 1906. In a limited victory.
Do mind, all these is European countries that
Right.
this man's naming out. It didn't say Africa like y'all like to say.
Right.
It didn't say America. It didn't say Black America.
Right.
It said New Zealand, Australia, and whatever the other country was. Finland.
Finland. And it says, in a limited victory, the United Kingdom granted suffrage to women over 30 in 1918. In the United States, women's participation in World War I proved to many that they were deserving of equal representation.
Black sister, you wasn't in World War One.
Right.
You didn't start going to the military until what, 2000? The 90s?
It was a minute ago, yeah, but it definitely wasn't World War One. You know
Come on. So what fight are you really fighting?
Right.
This woman knows what fight she fighting, but what fight are you fighting? Come on, man.
God.
Go ahead.
In 1920, thanks largely to the work of suffragists like Susan B. Anthony and Carrie Chapman Chapp, and 19th Amendment passed. American women finally earned the right to vote. With these rights secured, feminists embarked on what some scholars refer to as the second wave of feminism.
Okay, so that's two waves right there. Is that it on that one?
Yeah,
I think we got one more article and that's it. We're gonna dive straight on up in there. Speaking of that, this is what made feminism such a foolish, thing. Just like how they try to say Black Hebrew Israelites, and so what is a regular Hebrew Israelite? Feminism is so crazy because you got 7 different. You got liberal, Marxist, socialist, radical, culture, eco, and I-fem. Feminism is feminism.
Right.
Now they putting different titles on it to make it seem as if it's something different. That sounds like LGBT.
Right.
Either you a G word or you straight.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just ridiculous. This is what happens is when you allow an oppressive woman to control your mind. Because right now if we had a battle right now on the street, they'll try to battle us up and down saying this is what this is. No, feminism is this.
Right.
Anything else?
Where you want to go into the second wave feminism, or which one you want to go? You want to go to a different article?
Is there a Me Too in there?
Let's see, check. Says second wave, third wave feminism will be in Me Too.
Yeah,
Me
that's
Too
exactly
in
what I want.
women's marches. All right, it says Me Too and women's marches. In the 2010s, feminists pointed to prominent cases of sexual assault and rape culture.
In 2010 in our culture. So understand again, the feminist movement and woman empowerment movement really has sexy red dressing the way she dressed.
Right.
Nicki Minaj and every other, woman out here that just showing her flesh. That is what feminist movement allow you to do, to make your own choices.
Right.
Now they came out with a Me Too movement to stand up for women who went through being sexually abused and physically abused.
Right.
But majority of y'all have been promiscuous whatsoever, some way, shape, or form.
Right.
I'm not saying all of you. And I'm not saying when you dress like that, that you deserve that, because no woman deserved that.
Damn right.
But what I'm saying is we have creeps out here. We have oppressors out here like Donald Trump that grab women by the balls on national TV.
Right.
So this Me Too movement is just nothing but a stem off of feminism. Now you got to counteract feminism. You got to fight for the right to not be sexually abused but you bringing, wickedness to you to be sexually abused.
Right.
Go ahead.
As emblematic of the work still to be done in combating misogyny and ensuring women have equal rights, the Me Too movement gained new prominence in October 2017 when the New York Times published a damning investigation into allegations of sexual harassment made against influential film producer Harvey Weinstein. Many more women came forward with allegations against other powerful men, including President Donald Trump. On January 21st, 2017, the first full day of Trump's presidency, hundreds and thousands of women joined the Women's March on Washington, D.C. A massive protest aimed at the new administration and the perceived threat it presented to productive, civil, and human rights. It was not limited to Washington. Over 3 million people in cities around the world held simultaneously demonstrations providing feminists with high-profile platforms for advocating on behalf of full rights for all women worldwide.
And this is what makes it crazy. They have the feminist leader leading the Me Too movement when you are the same one that say women should be allowed to do as such, as if there's no consequence. With every cause, there's an effect.
Yeah, right.
Whatever action is a reaction, and male or female. So the agenda that you pushing, you basically conjure and raise young women to have to go through that. That's pretty much that's all that's happening.
Right.
That's like you raising a young girl like the garbage we see on YouTube, raising a young girl to sing Sexy Red with no morals, this and that, and you tell her you can be what you want. It ain't nothing but a song.
Right.
But then turn around, her uncle touch her, and now you upset. I mean, why you got the baby walk around the house in booty shorts?
Right.
You know what I mean? A girl should have morals in the house and outside the house. Simple as that. You know what? Y'all heard of home training? It's the same thing. You got something, sir?
I mean, you hit it on the head. Like, you damn right. Like, train up a child in the way it should go. And listen, man, at the end of the day, we suffer because of their movements.
Right.
We suffer because of those. None of these movements, really include nothing that we need. Right. You know what I mean? Like, what does our women, need with independence? Right. You know what I'm saying? No nation can thrive off independence. You know what I mean? We can't do it on our own. No nation does that. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, they fed that to us because, they was free. We wasn't. You know what I mean? Right. And so to destroy us even more, of course, man, you get to our women, of course the family structure's going to go downhill. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Now, I'm glad you said that, man, about the family structure. That was right on the head. Now, with the feminist movement, we already know what came after that. Divorce rates went up. And with the people who get married for the first time, 47.9% of them have a divorce. The highest divorce are blacks. And ours is, I didn't even write it down. I believe ours is like 30-something%.
What the divorce rates for blacks?
Divorce rate for blacks.
I'll look it up. Go ahead.
And then you got Latinos, in the direct order, Latinos 18.5%. Then you got whites at 15.1%. And after the first divorce, when it come to white people, white women, and I'm saying this directly for them because this is where sisters get their mind all looped up. After the first divorce, within them 3 years of a white woman does not ever want to marry again. She doesn't ever want to marry again. Because obviously it's some morals or some rule in that household a white woman just can't conform to. She can't do it. She won't do it. So you know what these women do. They just going to sleep around, do whatever they want to do.
Oh, man. I got that divorce rate for you.
What?
Okay, I'm going to read two parts of this. It says, in first marriages, blacks had the highest percentage of their marriages lead to divorce at 47.9.
That's what it was. Okay, got it.
And then this part says, black women were the only group that had a higher divorce rate than marriage rate, with nearly 31 divorces per 1,000 married women aged 15 and older. Damn. Hold on, let me see if there's more to that. That's crazy. crazy,
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
Because your notes is going mine. In between people in between 18 to 29 years old, 70% of the wives call for divorce, and 50% never remarry.
God.
So I mean, it's just crazy, and that is the issue when it comes to feminist movement. You're allowed to just, I don't like how he talk. You know, I don't like I gotta have my ass in at 11 o'clock,
Right.
or I don't like how I need to check in or take care of the kids at this time. So what I'm gonna just divorce him. I'm gonna take him for everything he got. And sisters think that's the way to go, but sis, you have to understand, we leading in abortion clinic. Black men are the one leading when it comes to child support. We fall victim to all of this stuff. We're on the face of everything that's not good, and on the face of nothing that's good, because we follow after the oppressor. Sis, you ain't the oppressor. You're better than that, man. Damn women empowerment. Allow your husband to empower you. Allow your brother or your father to empower you. Because the oppressor, you looking for empowerment with them, they're gonna tell you to go out here and say my box is pink and my behind is brown. That's what the oppressor. That's the empowerment the oppressor gonna give you.
Hey, if I could,
Go ahead.
let me read this for you.
Go ahead.
It says marriage to divorce ratio by educational attainment. It says women with a bachelor's degree had the highest marriage to divorce ratio at almost 3 marriages per every 1 divorce. This is similar for women with master's degree or higher. Women with less than a high school degree, it said, and some education had comparable marriage to divorce ratios at about 2 marriages per 1 divorce. Those with less than a high school degree were the only education category to have a higher divorce rate than marriage rate. So basically what you're looking at is, what they feed you is get your education.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't worry about raising no family. Don't worry about getting married. You know what I'm saying? All of that. They want you to focus on the white man's education, so you won't have to focus on what's really important, which is your family, which is
That
you
man.
with that man. Damn, your community.
Right.
You understand? By being with that black man and getting these black kids and raising them right.
Right.
Now you're focusing on community versus what? Your own damn self.
Right.
And the oppressor. Salaki.
Damn right. Man, that pretty sure does got it down.
Uh,
And it's crazy, like so many sisters can't be like Ruth. Ruth was slept at the feet of Boaz, man. Slept at the feet. I mean, even wanted to be with him as a old man. I mean, what was her last husband?
What's that? Who? Oh, Boaz? I'm talking about Ruth.
Ruth, yeah. No, believe it was Ruth's mother. Even Ruth's mother was going back home, you know, because they was in the land of Moab at that time, of the land of Moab. But Ruth chose to stay back and just be a beautiful sister to an old man. Yeah. She wanted to serve that man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it ain't hard. It's not hard. I mean, you would clock in 9 to 5 every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Working third shift, it's not hard. Ruth went and plucked corn for him. Pluck corn. She was in the field. The oppressor, she ain't want to be in the field, so she want to get a legit job.
Man.
Go ahead.
That's you right on the money. That's like, why not?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why not serve that brother, man? You know, y'all done been through some heavy times in this damn place.
Right.
Like we done been through some tough times in this place. We've been at war for a minute with each other. Why not change your mind and say, you know what? I actually need that brother.
Right.
You understand? Let me go ahead and be with this brother, and maybe we can work something out.
Right.
You know what I mean? This world teaches our women, man, we just be wicked, man.
Damn
You know
right.
what I mean?
And it's heavy when you say, let me brag on the priests in the school a little bit. When we get to rapping with sisters, it don't matter if it's just cordial or they're trying to get at us. It's certain things they can't pull on us. That feminist movement, this and that, it's just us coming like men and we know how to talk and we know what we talking about. They can't pull that crap on us.
Yeah.
But if it was a little Jake out in the field, they could argue, they could pull it, they could try to push their agenda while they right, but man, they know we see through that. The whole they can't even bring that conversation up. They have to ask about the conversation.
Yeah.
Like it's different when you deal with a priest, man.
Yeah. And that's why, you know, like I said earlier, like this truth is so important for our brothers to understand. Like we have to know, one, where it comes from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where this feminism comes from and how they destroyed our women with it. You know what I'm saying? And once we understand that, then we can really have a conversation and educate our sisters like, this is not your mind. This
Right.
is not you thinking. This is not you. This is something that you've learned over
Right.
time. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just like a black man learning that or thinking that, you know, serving drugs or selling drugs is the only way out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is not. It's not the only way out. So, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know.
Let me. Is that all on there?
Yeah, that was it on that article. Yeah.
Let me get Titus 2 and 3. Cause I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, man.
Right.
And a lot of this stuff really comes. I mean, the older generation, they got little issues, but those women back in the day, they know how to take care of man. I know women in this day was with a man 17, 18 years and then get American married.
Right.
And y'all know what it is, and y'all know how it is to take care of a man. But you sisters are one of the reasons why these young sisters out here like Sexy Red doing what they doing, and allow sisters to go chase this movement.
Right.
I mean, for a woman to be married to a man 30, 40, 50 years and been through the whole feminist movement, how can you allow one of your granddaughters say something like that or do something like that when you already seen the old and now you see what the new looking like?
Right.
Come on, you know the cause. You walked through the cause and effect, and you survived, and your marriage was strong and healthy.
Right.
You are the reason why sisters do this. I mean, an oppressor, you know, I mean, simple as that.
Right.
I mean, naive, near Eve.
Right.
Go ahead.
The book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior and become in holiness.
Be the aged woman, the wise woman, the older women.
Right.
Be in good behavior and be separate from all the garbage that we see out here.
Right.
Being in good behavior is showing that young girl how to have a recipe book.
Right.
It's showing her how she can be, well, what's the word I'm looking for? Modest.
Right.
Dress modest. You know how to speak to people. Know how to be kind to a man. Know how to deal with children. That is what the older sisters should have been teaching sisters, other than listening to goddamn Uncle Luke and doing that thing they were doing. What is it called? Freaknik. Other than doing all that, it's more important stuff to worry about.
Right.
Now sisters out here saying, man, this young generation, no, them women is following the exact footsteps that you were supposed to tell them not to follow.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good things.
Teaching of good things. What's good? Keep your family together. We heard that term, grandmama the one keeping the family together.
Right.
Even if she wasn't, we understood when it was holiday season, everybody coming to the house. If it ain't for nobody, goddamn, you coming for grandma.
Hell yeah.
And if you coming for grandma, it ain't gonna be no fighting.
Right.
It ain't gonna be no getting drunk. It ain't gonna be no arguing. It's gonna be that prayer and some good dinner.
That's it.
But families don't even come together no more other than Thanksgiving.
Right.
I mean, family reunion. I remember it used to be once or twice every a year or two. Now they talking about every 5 years. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 4. That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands.
To love their husband. To be sober. Love their husband. Take care of their husband.
Right.
Not saying I'm independent. I don't need a man. Ease your old man up. Wash his clothes, man. Go in there and scrub his back real quick if he taking a shower. You know what I mean? If he ain't listening, call a brother. You know, it might be 2, 3 in the morning.
Right.
But call to get that brother some help.
Right.
Go ahead.
To love their children.
Love their children. Y'all drop y'all kids off every weekend at your parents' house. Y'all find a babysitter to go party. You know, you supposed to be taking care of your baby. You give them all this melatonin, Tylenol, what was that, NyQuil, just for you to go have sex for an hour. That's what you do, man. I mean, your baby say, I'm hungry, and you prefer to get some rod.
Right.
Loving your kids, take care of the kids, man. Also with the man too. You're at fault too when you want to lay with a woman and you don't see she don't even hold those duties as a wife. Women say, "Oh, I'm not going to do wifely duties until he put a ring on my finger." Well, put her through the stages of seeing if she's a wife.
Right.
You can do it. You could, come on, change the game.
Damn right.
You a Judite. I mean, you black and Hispanic. I mean, we got the mouthpiece.
Damn Right.
We know what to say and how to. I mean, you can work a woman on her draws. You mean to tell me you can't work her in the way she need to work? What works for the family and not just for yourself? Come on, man.
Right.
A lot of these sisters, they're in that situation because it's brothers out here like these coons that say a woman should be able to have an abortion. It's her body. It's this and that. And, nigga, you ain't getting no play either way. Women don't want to hear that.
Right.
They don't want to hear that.
Right.
They want to hear a nigga say, yo, shut the hell up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Hey, go to your room somewhere. Bye.
Right. Right.
They don't want to hear all that.
Right.
Yes, sir. I mean, yes, ma'am. Come on, man. That's why sisters respect brothers in here. If you can't respect it, you don't deserve none of them.
Damn right.
Likewise with brothers. If you outside of school, you can't have none of these sisters in here.
Damn right.
These sisters is beautiful and they golden.
Damn right.
Go ahead.
Verse 5, to be discreet, chaste.
Be discreet. Be a secret. Like nobody can't hit up nobody that you know and say, yeah, you know her panties. What kind of panties she got on?
Right.
You know, I mean, this and that, and I used to deal with her back in the day. She discreet. Right. Nobody knows. Nobody knows but who's supposed to know. Go ahead.
Keepers at home. Good.
Keepers at home. What was the other part?
Good.
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 Good. Hey, good. Hey, that's a wide variety of a word.
Right, you can use that anyway.
Good.
That's good. You know what I'm saying?
Your woman smell like fruits. Or cocoa butter. All them little scents and cream. What? Cookies and cream?
Come on, man.
Good.
Shout out to Captain Desariat, man.
Facts.
Body butter.
Facts.
God. It says, obedient to their own husbands.
To their own husband, not your daddy.
God.
Not your brother
Right.
that you always call every time y'all two get in an argument.
Right.
And not damn sure not your son.
Ooh-wee.
But your husband.
Right.
Be obedient. And don't take obedient for a bad word. Obedient is just basically, well, how do you be obedient? What's the word you use for work?
Obedient is doing what your husband say to do.
Right.
Ain't no sweat in that.
Right.
Yeah, that's all it is. Just do what he say to do. You know what I mean? Come on.
And what he's saying is heavy. Because if y'all got a son and that boy ain't listening to you, who you gonna call? His daddy.
His daddy.
So if the boy gotta listen to the daddy, you need to listen to your daddy.
Damn. Come on. You obedient to that damn slave driver at work.
Damn right.
You understand? You obedient to that. I need that report ASAP. Yes, sir.
Hey, y'all working 6 days. 6 days, 12 hours.
Yeah. Yes, sir. You
Simple
know
as
what I mean?
that.
It says, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed.
That's self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Oh, let me get 1 Corinthians 11:3. I'm just giving Sister Mill scripture right now. You know, I'm just and if you disagree, put in the chat why you disagree. You know, I can teach you. We're not going to talk about it. I can teach you.
Or do you agree?
Do you agree?
Yeah. Put some words out there, sisters. You understand?
Right.
You know, 1 Corinthians 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man.
So this feminine movement doesn't mean anything. It doesn't, because if you're equal to the man, then who's the head of both of y'all? Because if he got to listen to somebody and you don't, that's why Eve did what the hell she did.
Right.
Because she felt as if she did. I ain't even say she felt as if she did. She been swindled by the oppressor.
Right.
Go ahead.
And the head of Christ is the Most High.
So it's a ranking order structure. That feminine movement, they say we got to be equal. We got to be equal. That's a lie. Don't even bring that nonsense in this school. Don't even. If you want to argue about it, stay behind the keyboard. Don't come in here with that because we don't want to hear it.
Right.
Go ahead. That's it.
Yeah, that's it on 3.
All right, we could drop that. Genesis 3:1. Yeah, we get it rolling. This is mill scripture, sis.
Right.
And again, there's nothing wrong with having a ranking order. I mean, we got ranking order in here. We got Commander General Yohana, all the generals, all the captains, all the officers, troopers and sisters. I got to take orders. This brother got to take orders.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's no sweat. You know, I mean, his brother's higher ranking than me, and they damn 8, 9, 10 years younger than me. Right. No sweat. All right, cool. Come. Keep it moving.
No sweat.
Keep it moving. But you think it's an issue because you have the mind of the damn oppressor woman to Shemai. Shut your mouth.
Right.
It's a problem for you just to shut up or go wash clothes or do whatever. I mean, baby, don't even worry about it. Just sit here.
Right.
You know, I handle it.
Right.
The oppressor woman, she wants to handle it. She want to show off. That's why I could. What turns me off and pisses me off the most with the oppressor women, and I want them for my goddamn slave, is them big ass bodybuilding oppressor women that be doing 600-700 kilograms and all that. All of you, make sure I'm gonna woman your ass up real
Bring
nice.
that ass over here.
Yeah, I mean, for what? What you trying to prove to another man?
Right.
What, you can lift the same amount as weight?
Right.
Come on, man. And meanwhile, as big as strong as you is, you go in that bedroom. Oh God,
Yeah.
sounding just like a woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like all that muscle don't mean a goddamn thing.
Hey,
Like,
listen, ain't nothing you can do to fix that thing up.
I mean, come on.
Listen, this helmet is hard.
Right. Like, come on, man. Like that, yo, they be getting them on. Like it's them Slavic women and them Russians and all of them. I be looking like, bro, why is you lifting all that weight? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
for what?
Because I think, you know what, I think a little bit is that, of course, they trying to prove themselves to be stronger than a man. But I think a lot of that do come from like being messed up in the head somewhere. You know how like when a woman gets abused or sexually abused, man.
Right.
She starts to put on like men clothing. You know what I mean? To fend off the man. Like,
right.
I'm tough now, so I'm putting these boots on, I'm putting these jeans on, I'm putting this fitted hat on to look like a man, or fend men off of me so they won't look at me. I think that's one of those things where when women go in the gym and they hitting that thing hard and they become as big as you talking about, I think some of that maybe comes from that. Right. You understand? Like they coming from some point of hurt to where they gotta get big, so men will look at them and be like,
Ew.
I don't want that.
Ew.
You know what I'm saying? Ew.
She got too much grip. Ew.
She don't even want to be considered soft anymore.
Right.
She want to just be hard, and you know what I mean? Like
right.
I don't know. That could be something we look into. We may need to find, if we can find a sister like that to interview like that.
Hell, they all at Tinker.
Bar talk.
They all at Tinker.
I got
all of them benching fucking 350. Like, what is you doing that for?
Bar talk.
What is you talking about? That got them that whisk
Yeah.
and that damn water and flour ain't 350 pounds. All you need is a strong wrist, baby.
Man, well, she had you some pancakes whipped up real quick.
Man, good night. Where we at? Genesis 3:1.
3:1.
Yeah, man.
The book of Genesis.
Make sure Lord will He give me some of them. Hey, all I need is 3, sir. They gonna be out there chopping wood.
And pulling the barrels.
Straight up by themselves.
The book of Genesis chapter 3 verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord God had made. He said unto the woman, Yea, God has said, Ye shall not eat of the tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, Ye shall not eat of it.
So this is Eve talking to the deceiver, the serpent, not an actual snake like the Christian will say.
Right.
That serpent is somebody sly and cunning. That's why it says subtile beast.
Right.
The slickest thing that's out here walking. Told her that she can eat of it. Told her she can eat of it, and she clearly said, "I can't do that.
Right.
I can't. I can eat from anything out here, but I can't do that."
Right.
And that tree represents good and evil. The good of what God can give us, but the Lord said, don't eat that because we'll learn the bad of what the Lord will give us. Right. And the bad that the Lord gives Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians right now is all through Deuteronomy 28, all through the abortion clinics, all through the unalive and drug addicts and drug lords. And I mean, we could talk all day on this. I mean, every day of the year we can talk about it. And that is the bad of what the Lord would allow because we actually listen to that serpent. And us as men, that's where the main trigger comes from because we were supposed to stand strong and firm on a foundation. Meanwhile, Adam could have taught her and corrected her.
Right.
But Adam went to be weak, like a lot of you jakes that say, "Baby, you can do it. I'm gonna try it with you too."
Right.
Like Will Smith. That's a perfect example of Adam and Eve, right there. Perfect example.
Perfect.
I mean, Will's Adam, Jada's Eve. That's exactly what happened right there. She said she got into entanglement. She thought it was good. Then Will looking like a bitch out here. And he what he do? Follow up,
Signed off on.
disrespect his brother, which committing a sin. You know, and XYZ, everything else. Perfect example.
Right.
That's exactly what happened. Because Jada or Eve listened to the oppressor or listened to that serpent. Go ahead.
It says, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. Verse 4.
Don't even think about it. Don't even attempt. Don't even go around it and see what it's like. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. For God doeth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened.
Same thing, just like with feminist movement. Oh, the oppressor, she fighting for what she believe in. Our sister say, well, we'll be all right. I mean, if we leave a black man alone, we can go to college. We can get Section 8, and we don't have to have no rulership.
Right.
We can smoke weed. We can be on OnlyFans and being promiscuous and be all right. Meanwhile, all of that, what you saying right now you a part of the Me Too movement. And that's the exact curse that the Lord put on us. Because you want to follow after the oppressor. Go ahead.
It says, and that it is pleasant to the eyes. Hold on, Salaki, I'm at the wrong one. It says, for God doeth know in the day that ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods.
So when you get that man out the house and you start screaming out feminine movement, you can come in as late as you want. You can leave them kids that 4, 5, 6 year old at home all night and go party and have sex. You can do whatever, and you just look at it like, I am just free. Ain't nobody doing nothing. Can't nobody catch us until you get that baby too much melatonin and Tylenol. Until somebody hear that baby crying in the car, in that hot car because the car is locked. Until DSS come to the house and smell weed, and now the baby got the smoke in the lungs. Those little things, you think it's just good and just me. It's not. Go ahead.
It says, knowing good and evil. Verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her.
So Eve went and took from these other nations. Whatever the hell she did, she went and took from a different nation. The Lord told us not to do certain things because we are that chosen seed. You know, and that subtile beast, and when we say the oppressor is the devil the Bible speak of, it ain't got nothing to do with color. It's the spirit that serpent had that the oppressor adopted. He is the one who follows suit exactly with that serpent. He's a lying thief. He's an unalive. He's a sexually abuser. I mean, and colonizer and everything else. That's what the oppressor, that's what the serpent was doing. And they have the same spirit. And our people adopt that same spirit because we listen to the oppressor. That's exactly how it happened. And one thing I can't stand on YouTube, they were like Wack 100 said, he was like, and the baby, the little baby, they was like, I don't only believe that it's white people that's the devil, it's black devils too. But one of them devils had to learn to be a devil. But if the Lord gave us laws, statutes, and commandments, how can you be a devil when the Lord don't stand for that? Well, you got something?
No, you right on the money. It's like, where the hell did that black devil learn it from? You understand?
Or where the white devil learned it? Somebody had to learn it.
Like we learned everything that we do today. We learned it from the damn oppressor.
Right.
I mean, it goes all the way from damn how we eat to, white Jesus. Like everything that we learned in this place, we got it from damn, this damn oppressor. You know what I'm saying? So, man, so easy to figure that out. It says, and did eat and gave unto her husband with her, and he did eat, and the eyes of them both were open.
See, back to Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. Jada did whatever she did with August, turned around, did whatever with Will, and Will took up whatever the hell he did. I mean, this man, I ain't gonna lie, he a bitch ass dude, bro. Like, I mean, he cried at the table when she confessing. Like that was the first thing. Once she brought you on national TV, start talking about it, and you crying, nigga, nobody should have ever seen your face again. I mean, Tyrese, he cried, but that's okay. That's a different topic. But for that woman to tell you on national TV and you crying like a little bee, you shouldn't even want to be in another movie. Like you can't win. Bro, how can you get your manhood back?
You can't. But I don't even think he cares about that. Like, America teaches you it's okay for a man to cry, one, right? And then two, like, you know how much she's so much smarter than him, right? She's so much smarter than him. And so for her, you know what I'm saying, it was about seek and destroy this man.
Right.
To get what I want. You understand? Because Eve had to do the same thing with Adam. You know what I mean? We reading the book. We just reading the story, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know how much convincing you had to tell. Adam knew the deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like your wife coming to you and be like, no, baby, it ain't got no pork in it. You like, no, I know this bitch got pork in it. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? It's like she had to do some convincing. I just can't, like, Adam, I know it. Adam had to fight a little bit.
Right.
Goddamn, you just got the damn, come on
that's
now.
heavy. And
Come
that's
on.
that what you just said is heavy because
on.
the Lord put a woman here to be a help me. So you really, is she really helping? That was crazy right there.
Right.
And she helping. Now look.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's crazy.
damn, you didn't have no resistance to this system? Like, you didn't have, like, hold on, what you talking about?
Right.
That ain't what we learned. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what the Most High told us. Where you get this shit from? Like, you ain't have no questions on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so for Will Smith, he was destroyed, huh? And she did a damn good job on this man.
I hate to say it.
Because the way she, berated and put Tupac up on the mantle up in, probably got Tupac playing every hour on the hour. You understand? And probably told him your thing, little. You know how women can destroy you. Huh?
Yeah.
And if he ain't got no spirit on him, like no strong spirit, it's
That's
over
it.
with. It's over with. She got him.
That's wild. Good night.
Salaki. Let's go. Oh, Salaki. Okay.
That's verse 7?
Verse 7.
Okay.
It says, and the eyes of both of them were open, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons.
Now, when it says sews fig leaves together and made itself aprons, what they're doing is hiding their shame. They're trying to hide in the midst of them doing wrong.
Right.
Like for example, perfect example. I hate this in Israel.
Come on.
Man, I only did this because you did that.
Right.
That's what they were doing. You know, so they hide it in a different nation or in a different custom to make it seem as if this is why this is going on.
Right.
When it's simple. Like we said, you ain't got to sleep around.
Right.
Maybe the man worked too goddamn much and he's trying to provide for your sorry ass.
Right.
But you want to go sleep. I don't sleep around because you work so much. Then you lose a job, you going to leave me when I stay in the box. That's exactly what's going on.
Right.
And those fig leaves are just different nations, just trying to hide
Yeah.
amongst whatever they doing.
Right. Just blending into the nation that they are in. And,
Right.
And that's so heavy. Like, damn, like, I only did it because you did it.
Right.
And when a man hears that, he done heard it somewhere before. TV, his mama probably said to his dad, whatever the case may be. So he like, well, you right, I do work, 15 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? And then he'll let the shit go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll let it go and it's all good. But laying up next to that woman after she done damn slept around on you out.
That's it. It's never going to be the same. And each time you're going to think, like, you're going to try to guess, like, was it the last time that it felt different? Or the time before that it felt different? I remember this time, that key wasn't fitting right. Like, and just as a man, it's like...
Is she thinking about him while I'm still...
Right.
Lord.
Right. And I don't care what nobody say. Somebody got to prove it. The Lord, Christ got to come down and tell me, nah, nigga, you thinking wrong. If she cheat on you one time, nigga, she doing it again.
Damn right.
She just doing it better. Like they say, women the best cheaters.
Right.
When they say women the best cheater, I look at it like a cat and a dog. A cat pee and poop and hide it. A dog just do it.
Right.
So if they know they're better cheater, then nigga they cheated.
Yeah.
Somebody cheated.
Oh, they listen. They are better because, like you said, they are more. They're very sneaky. You know what I'm saying? And men, we look at our women as such. These, a lot of times we put them up on a hot, man, like that's my baby. You know what I'm saying?
Salaki, this is a topic for bar talk too.
Damn right. Hey, tell them to tune in.
Hey, man, you gotta go ahead.
Hey, listen, bar talk, man, coming to y'all Sunday. Every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? We having bar talk, man. We gonna definitely get it in. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have some issues. We're gonna have things that you can definitely chime in. And if you be in the place, you got to show your face.
Damn right.
We need comments.
We need your input, the whole nine. Salak.
Right. You were saying something before that. It
No.
just popped on my mind. Like,
Yeah, kind. Like, no, like what I was saying was is that, you know, the brother will just listen to it and be like, yeah, you right, I do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, no, bitch, I'm doing this for you.
Right.
I'm doing this for us. And now I got to leave you.
right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to pick up and go. Because you're going to sit there, like you said earlier, like it's always going to be on your brain, huh? Laying down with another man, like that hurts us, man. We can't take that.
The relationship over after that.
Come on.
I mean, and if you any real man and that happened, once you find out about that, tomorrow, nigga, is a fair game. This first quarter. First quarter.
It is.
I mean, I'm just saying it's first quarter. Like once I know in the world,
Yeah.
and I still wasn't like that in the world, but in the world, like, all right, that happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's game
It's time
time
to
now.
go.
It's game
Yeah.
time now.
That's crazy.
But yeah, like the brother said, it's bar talk, man. Pull up to the bar, man, with your question.
Yeah.
Take a sip and talk about it.
Damn right. You know what I'm saying? Definitely pull up to the bar talk, man. We definitely gonna have a drink. Bring your little drink too. You understand? Sip with your boy.
And a chaser.
Yeah. Definitely have a chaser with that thing. So yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be good for the viewers. It's a lot. Did you want to go to verse 8?
Anything else on there? Possibly.
Verse 8 it says, and they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord amongst the trees of the garden.
When they do that, and the Lord calling you, this is where Christianity comes in.
God.
Like now you're hiding yourself amongst everybody. You doing Christianity, and you know the first thing they say, pray about it, or God ain't gonna put. I could deal with God ain't gonna put too much on me that you can't bear.
Right.
The Lord gonna put all that pressure on you.
Yeah.
All of it. And I don't like George Floyd's situation. I hate to say it. The Lord gonna put all that pressure on you. Meanwhile, the Lord's coming through trying to figure out what the hell going on in the cool of the day.
God.
What?
God. Verse 9.
Oh, you would drop. You
Oh,
go to 16.
God. Verse 16. Verse 16. It says, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception.
So it's gonna be sorrow and pain. Pain. What?
And thy conception. And sorrow thou shalt bring forth children.
So that's why childbirth hurts. Most women goes through that pain because of the transgression that Eve done.
Right.
Because Adam was weak. That's what the Lord that's the gift from the Lord to you.
Damn right.
So I mean, just think it wasn't you, it was Eve. But just understand his nature and understand when you commit sin and you think you're going to do what you want to do and don't listen to your husband when you should. The pain that you go through once a month, understand that is the issue. That's the consequences of not listening to your husband.
Right.
That's what happened. You go through that because you're disobedient. And I'm speaking on Eve's point of view, but that's just a remembrance for you to think disobedience. This is my pain.
Right.
What?
And thy desire shall be to thy husband.
Feminist movement say I don't need a man. Black and Hispanic and Native Indian woman, you need that man or that brother or that father or that whatever male figure that means some good to you in your life. That is who you need.
Right.
Because right now you can go to the car dealership and need car shop and need brake change or oil change. They'll tell you got an exhaust leak.
Right.
And or if it fixes $300, you just got a simple oil. You need simple oil change. You need a man in that situation.
Right.
Come on. You need a man when it's time for that child support. You need a presser. I mean, you need a man. I mean, it's so much more. You need a man if you're getting mugged in New York.
Right.
You need that man.
You got a fire. You got any type of situation. You're gonna call a fireman, a policeman. You doing all those things, and you need to have a black man in your house.
Damn right.
It's like it.
Right. And hate to say it again, that same man you say you don't need, you better take that ain't shit man who don't got a job and play 2K. Because I promise you, that man right there will fight all 3 or 4 defenders when that time comes. The person can't do that. A person need one man. And goddamn, you see what they did to Rodney King. And they had to do him like that.
Right.
A black man can defend himself or his house with 4 or 5 men. I mean, come on. Black man get focused. It's a wrap.
Right.
It's a wrap. What?
And it says, and he shall rule over thee.
And he should rule over. That's what your desire should be ruled over. Your desire should be for you to be ruled over.
Right.
That's why we say, Women don't want to hear that. You right.
Right.
You deserve to do what you want to. He wrong. Women don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah,
Salaki.
God.
They don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
And the ones who do want to hear it, it's because they want your pocket. When they turn 40 years old, 40-year-old women ain't playing no more. Oh, I need me a man who gonna work. Oh, that's a strong man right there. Right. He a welder. Right. He a fitness trainer. You know, I mean, he got a career. That's what them women want. Them older women like when you tell them, yo, shut your goddamn mouth.
Right.
Them young girls don't know nothing about that because y'all didn't teach them.
Right.
But them older women like that. And for the ones who don't, you don't deserve a man. Simple as that. Go ahead.
Come. And it says, verse 17, it says, unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife.
Oh my God. This is your Will Smiths out here. And all of you other ones that sleep with each other goddamn wives. Right. This is for all y'all brothers right here. Because the sisters, I know they tired of hearing me. Right. It's time to talk about you. Go ahead.
And hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake.
This right here, what the Lord just told Adam, is the equivalent of y'all like sleeping with each other wives. What the Lord just told Adam is you saying you don't mind your wife or your mama being on OnlyFans, or your mom being a porn star, or your daddy whooping your mom ass. Well, that's what you're saying. That what the Lord just said is what you allow today in this society. Right. That's what you're saying. And it's laid out flat. But a Christian wouldn't understand it. A Christian would say that was at that time. That's what we need to learn from. We need to learn from that. God. Meanwhile, she the one in here sleeping with the pastor. Go ahead.
God, it says, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of thy field.
All right, you can drop that. Let me get Proverbs 30:2. But like I said, what the brother just said at the end is exactly what you cats. Y'all believe it or not, you don't feel this way, but this is what you're actually doing. What the Lord is is saying for y'all cats, allow your woman to do what she want to do, and you accept it because you want that woman in your life, or she's so bad to where you gonna let her do whatever just to stay. Right. That's exactly what's happening. You follow after, like back to Will Smith. Will Smith knows what was happening. Ain't no goddamn way in hell I'm gonna have a woman that talk about how long did it get? Almost 20 years? Right. 15, 20 years? Talk about damn Tupac that long and me sitting there. That's the equivalent of what the Lord's saying, because you become weak. You become a coward. You become a bitch, main nigga. Simple as that. Salaki?
You at 31 and 2?
30 and 2.
30 and 2? The book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 2. Surely I am more brutish than any man, and have not the understanding of a man.
Was that it?
You say 30 and 2?
Proverbs 30 and 2.
Proverbs 30 and 2.
Nigga been learning a new precept. I'm about to go back and read what you just pulled too.
God.
I think I might have wrote that down wrong.
I'll go to 31.
Yeah, I think I wrote it down wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it was. Oh, look, drop that and go to 1 Timothy 5 and 6. Damn, which one was supposed to go in there? Probably my precept book be so close together. Yeah. I probably thought I was looking at the same line.
The book of 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
So this is what this means. While a woman is living for the Birkin bags, for the shoes, for the promiscuity, she is dead while she liveth. Meaning she has no soul, she has no conscience of her doing wrong. She feels as if, well, if he did what he did, then I can do what I want to do. And that's her being dead while she living. She just here doing it, but don't have an understanding of how she's about to fail herself or flunk.
Right.
Go ahead.
God, it says, verse 7, it says, and these things give in charge, that they may be blameless. Verse 8, but if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he had denied the faith, and is worse than an infidel.
So him not, this how Christians love to say, oh, if he ain't providing, he ain't working, he ain't building the house, this and that ain't what it's talking about.
Right.
It's talking about this right here.
Right.
If you ain't teaching that woman or them kids how to be respectful, be honest, stand for the Lord, bring their ass to Sabbath,
Right.
Respect their mother, respect herself, then you should be as an infidel. Meaning you ain't doing nothing.
Right.
You ain't got a job. What are you doing?
Right.
Because that money, like a lot of Christians say, if a man don't work, he don't eat. What is a dollar bill when World War III crack off? The food is going to be worth more than money when that time comes.
Yeah, right.
So what does he need to provide? When you see tanks and trucks going, Humvees all down the road, what is he going to provide when everybody is at danger?
Right.
He's going to provide for you to learn how to stick with the Lord and provide for you to learn how to shut the hell up.
Right.
That's what he's going to provide. That's all.
That's it on that.
All right, man. We gonna go ahead and try. What time? Yeah, we in there. Man, I brought this topic out today
Right.
just because I seen a lot of stuff on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube about sisters just feeling as if they can do whatever what you can. That's American dream. They say you can do as you can.
Right.
But I'm here to tell you that the laws of the Lord, that's not true.
Right.
You need a man, and sir, you need to be providing for those women or those sisters.
Right.
You don't have to sleep with them. You don't have to sleep with them all. You don't have to sleep with none of them.
Right.
But understand, you have a job as a ruler, as a black and Hispanic and Native Indian man in this community. And since you have a job also, is to take orders and give to the children. Because again, every man in this nation is going to take orders.
Right.
And it don't matter what gangbanger that you dealing with. When Christ come back, he going to take orders.
Damn right.
He going to start from the bottom. And hell, you might see him cry for the first time.
Damn right.
Understand that. This feminist movement is garbage. The Me Too movement, I understand it. I respect that point, but it's garbage also. You take away the feminist movement, there wouldn't be any Me Too movement. Woman empowerment, woman get empowered by your husband at home.
That's right.
Put that old raunchy little nightgown on that grandmama had on and go in there and cook something.
Damn
He gonna
right.
empower your ass every time. We the Israelite School UPK, man. Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, man. Just bringing the truth back to all our people.
Damn right.
Commander General Hunter order all of us to come back home, every camp, to be one body, man. We got Passover in Durham, North Carolina. Make sure I get these dates right. 20th? April 20th, and things like that. Everybody just come out and see what real brotherhood and sisterhood is, man. The most modest, the most best smelling and beautiful women that you'll ever meet, and the strongest and most austere men that you will ever see in your life. Just make sure you out there, man. Because at the end of the day, this might be our last Passover.
Man.
We the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, starting out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Hunter. We teach that black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are 12 lost tribes according to the Bible. We ain't affiliated with any other Israelite group, Muslim mosque, or Christian organization, man. We are the home of the truth. I feel like I'm missing something.
For Brent.
That's yeah. Feast of Purim is February 22nd. We read this shit all the time. February 22nd to February 23rd, 2024. This is about Esther. This is about Esther. You can find it Esther 9 and 20 through 31. Y'all want women empowerment? Read up on Esther. Read up on Ruth. Read up, I believe, Suzanne. Was it? Or was it? That might not be her.
Read up shit. Read up on them.
All of the sisters.
Yeah, Sarah, Rebecca.
All of them. Sarah called Abraham Lord.
Damn right.
Like how sisters say Zeddy, she called her Lord.
God, we got plenty of sisters in the scriptures, man. That's women empowerment right there.
Deborah.
God.
All of them.
Right.
So, just make sure y'all there, man, and tune in, especially for the sisters. Now, Shalom Yahbashim Yahshua Barakatah to the brother, Yahshua Tabashim Yahshua to the sister. We're the Israelite School. We're the ISUPK, start at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only.
Right.
They are to learn and shed themselves of the world. If a brother has interest in a sister in the school, he is to seek permission from the head to speak to her. If he or she needs transportation to class, the teacher will arrange it. Tithe is a commandment from the Most High, Malachi 3:8 through 10, Numbers 18:20 through 21. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. Pay to the ISUPK. Either give to the teacher in class or mail your check or money order to the ISUPK. Send your tithes and donation to the Israelite School UPK P.O. Box 11 Upper Darby, PA 19002. It's like 19082. For 90 days, a brother wears all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and war scarf to get in the spirit of warfare. This is protocol even if you are attending class online and not physically in the school or the ISUPK. A trooper is not allowed nor authorized to teach or battle. They are to attend class and learn only. Real quick, the reason for that rule right there when it comes to troopers, because troopers have to completely shed themselves and take that officer test to be authorized to teach. We want you to actually separate yourself with the spirit of the Lord away from your worldly ways,
right,
and for you to take your officer test so you're allowed to teach. We don't want you to teach when you are ignorant to the scripture, because there's always a devil out here or a fake Israelite group seeking to devour you.
Right.
But this is history class. I'm Officer 50 of Ashaya Alaman. This is a feminine movement class.